Darjeeling's early history is complex. It was once part of Sikkim. At times, Nepal also controlled parts of it. Its strategic location in the eastern Himalayas was significant. The Gorkha people have a long history in this region. The nearby Doars and Terai plains are also integral to its geography. These areas possessed immense natural beauty. This beauty soon attracted external attention. The region was then thinly populated. This set the stage for profound transformations. The Treaty of Sugauli was signed in 1815, though ratified in 1816. This treaty marked the end of the Anglo-Nepalese War. Nepal was forced to cede a large swathe of territory. This ceded land included areas that would later form Darjeeling. The British East India Company greatly expanded its influence. This treaty dramatically redrew the map of the region. It was a pivotal moment in Himalayan history. Nepal's territorial ambitions were decisively checked by the British. Following this, the Treaty of Titalia was concluded in 1817. Through this treaty, the British restored some land to the Chogyal of Sikkim. This land had been previously seized by Nepal from Sikkim. Darjeeling was a part of this transferred territory. This was a calculated, strategic move by the British. Sikkim effectively became a buffer state. The primary aim of this treaty was to contain Nepalese influence. It also served to strengthen British relations with Sikkim. In 1835, the British acquired Darjeeling. The Chogyal of Sikkim supposedly gifted this tract of land. The stated reason was for establishing a health sanatorium for British soldiers. However, British motivations were also deeply strategic and economic. This event marked the beginning of direct British administration in Darjeeling. The area soon began its transformation into a prominent hill station. This was a crucial step in its modern development. It paved the way for significant changes. The Treaty of Tumlong, signed in 1861, further shaped the region. It came after a period of renewed Anglo-Sikkimese tensions. Sikkim formally became a British protectorate through this agreement. The powers of the Chogyal were significantly curtailed. British influence in the Himalayan region was thus solidified. This treaty helped ensure stability for burgeoning British interests. Darjeeling's status within British India's sphere was further cemented. It was now unmistakably under British dominion. Under British rule, Darjeeling underwent rapid development. Tea cultivation was introduced. This industry transformed the landscape and economy. It led to a large-scale migration of Gorkha labourers, primarily from Nepal. This migration created a unique demographic profile in the hills. The town of Darjeeling grew quickly. Essential infrastructure, such as the Darjeeling Himalayan Railway, was constructed. The region became economically vital, especially for tea. This process deeply altered the existing social fabric. Darjeeling was often administered as a non-regulation district. This special status meant that standard laws of the Bengal Presidency did not automatically apply. It was governed by special administrative rules. This set it apart from the plains of Bengal. Such a status inadvertently fostered a sense of distinctness among its people. Governance was specifically tailored to its unique conditions and strategic importance. The British clearly recognized its value. This administrative uniqueness had lasting implications for its future. The Government of India Act of 1935 introduced further distinctions. Darjeeling was declared a partially excluded area. This classification limited its political integration with the province of Bengal. The governor was granted special responsibilities for its administration. Representation of Darjeeling in the provincial legislature was also restricted. While this acknowledged the area's distinct character, it also sowed seeds of political discontent. Many felt this status contributed to their marginalization from mainstream politics. The Indo-Sikkimese Treaty of 1950 was a key post-independence development. India had become independent in 1947. Sikkim, however, continued as a protectorate, now under India. This treaty formally defined the new relationship between the two nations. It had significant implications for the border regions, including Darjeeling. The Gorkhas of Darjeeling observed these geopolitical shifts with keen interest. The entire Himalayan landscape was undergoing a period of readjustment. India inherited many of Britain's strategic concerns. After India's independence, Darjeeling district was formally merged with West Bengal. This decision became a major point of contention. Many Gorkhas felt that their distinct identity was not adequately recognized. They believed their unique cultural and linguistic heritage was overlooked. Consequently, demands for regional autonomy began to grow louder. They sought formal recognition of their language and culture. This issue of integration was divisive from the outset. The seeds of future Gorkhaland movements were sown during this period. Several early Gorkha political figures emerged during this time. Damba Singh Gurung was one such prominent leader. He served as a member of the Constituent Assembly of India. Ari Bahadur Gurung also passionately advocated for Gorkha rights. Both leaders campaigned for the official recognition of the Nepali language. They consistently highlighted the significant contributions of Gorkhas to the Indian nation. Their pioneering efforts laid a crucial foundation for subsequent political movements in the region. The All India Gorkha League, AIGL, was formed earlier in 1943. It became an important early political platform for the Gorkhas. The AIGL consistently voiced the community's grievances and aspirations. It put forth demands for regional autonomy within India. A primary objective was the protection of Gorkha identity, language and culture. The AIGL played a significant role in shaping early Gorkha political consciousness. The nature and intensity of their demands evolved over the subsequent decades. Section 4. The Gorkhaland Movement, Agitation and Autonomy Councils. The 1980s witnessed the rise of the Gorkha National Liberation Front, or GNLF. Subhash Gising emerged as its charismatic and powerful leader. Under his leadership, a mass movement for a separate state of Gorkhaland began in 1986. The agitation was widespread and often marked by violence. Daily life in Darjeeling and surrounding areas was severely disrupted. This movement brought the Gorkhaland issue to national prominence. It represented a major turning point in the region's struggle for identity. The intense agitation led to the Darjeeling Gorkha Hill Council, or DGHC, Accord of 1988. This was a tripartite agreement between the central government, West Bengal government and the GNLF. The DGHC was established as an autonomous administrative body. It was granted powers over certain local subjects. Subhash Gising became its first chairman. However, the DGHC lacked full legislative and financial powers. Many viewed it as a compromise that fell short of statehood. The underlying demand for Gorkhaland remained. In 2007, the Gorkha Jan Mukti Morcha, or GJM, was formed. Bimal Gurung became its leader. The GJM swiftly revived the demand for a separate Gorkhaland state. It quickly gained widespread popular support in the hills. The GJM effectively sidelined the GNLF, becoming the dominant political force. The region once again experienced frequent agitations, strikes and bans. The political climate in the Darjeeling Hills became highly charged and often volatile. This renewed phase of agitation led to another agreement. The Gorkhaland Territorial Administration, or GTA, was established in 2012. This was also a result of a tripartite agreement. The GTA was intended to replace the DGHC. It was promised greater administrative and financial powers. However, significant issues regarding its implementation soon emerged. Delays in the transfer of funds and departmental powers were common. Elections to the GTA were also not held regularly. Ultimately, the GTA too failed to satisfy the core demand for statehood. Its effectiveness remained a subject of much debate. Section 5. The unfolding narrative, ongoing struggle and future hopes. The demand for a separate state of Gorkhaland remains a persistent issue. The struggle continues, manifesting in various forms. Political parties based in the Darjeeling Hills consistently keep the Gorkhaland issue alive. The region experiences periodic waves of intense agitation. These are often followed by phases of relative uneasy calm. The core aspiration for a separate state, however, endures. It remains the central political question shaping the region's destiny. This quest for statehood is deeply embedded. In recent years, the demand for inclusion in the sixth schedule of the Constitution has gained prominence. This is now a key demand of several Gorkha groups. Inclusion under the sixth schedule would provide greater autonomy. It offers special protections for tribal communities and their lands. Several Gorkha communities are actively seeking scheduled tribe status. This is widely seen as a potential pathway towards greater self-rule and preservation of identity. It is, however, a complex legal and political proposition. The Gorkhaland movement is not solely political, it has profound socio-economic and cultural dimensions. A central motivation is the preservation of the distinct Gorkha identity. Their language, unique culture and rich traditions are considered vital. Issues of economic development and employment opportunities are also major concerns. The youth of Darjeeling and the Duars are deeply invested in these matters. They seek a secure and prosperous future for their community. Their participation is crucial. Looking ahead, the people of the Darjeeling region ardently hope for lasting peace. They desire genuine recognition of their identity and aspirations for self-governance. The path forward undoubtedly involves sustained and meaningful dialogue. This dialogue must include all stakeholders, the central government, the state government, and representatives from the hills. Addressing long-standing historical grievances is crucial for any resolution. The ultimate vision is for a peaceful and prosperous Gorkhaland, a place where their identity is secure and their future bright. Hope for a satisfactory resolution continues to burn.